side of my fish room, my little man cave. I have got an old rack in there which you can ignore. But yeah, let's go in and have a look. Hi guys, so we're inside the fish room now. We're going to give you a little tour. We'll go around tank by tank and sort of see what's in each of them. I'll try and mind my reflection, but it's quite bad in here at the minute. But first tank, these are quite small. They're only really for shrimp. There's nothing in there, but over here we do have some shrimp. Meant to be cherry shrimp, but I get a bit of everything thrown out in there. He's an interesting one. Don't know where the other one's gone. So in here we've got some Java fern, Suswasa tang, moss ball. Sorry, Java moss that was. Java ferns in this one. They're actually divided. And we're just running off a sponge filter. So this is a pretty little tank. There's actually nothing in there at the minute. I'm just letting it grow out a bit, letting that moss grow. But it's quite an interesting one. In this one we have just the Java fern, but we have some beautiful killifish in there. That's the male right there, and the female is actually too close to focus. There's the female. She's looking quite full with eggs. I don't know whether to put a spawning mop in there. If I do, I might make a little video on that. If any of you are interested in seeing it, just let me know in the comments. I'll do a video on how to do a spawning mop. But I might let her release some eggs into the Java fern and see how it gets on. So next one, we have more killifish. There's a different type of killifish in here. I don't know if we'll see them. So there is a female. Now the male in here is absolutely beautiful. You're probably not going to see him. He never does when I want to see him. But these are just in quarantine at the minute. I've only just got them. And then the next tank we have our albino guppies, little breeding project we've got going on. Ooh, scared out. He's quite nice. There's the male killifish just hiding behind there. Are we going to get to see him? Oh yes. That might be all we see there, but if he does pop out, we'll go back to him. We'll have a little look. Okay, so moving down on the rack now, we have our gold and white cloud mountain minnow breeding project. Some decent ones. There's actually one female in there that's absolutely huge. She just sat at the back. Look at the belly on her. So I should have plenty. But then my gold and white clouds are just a Java fern in there. And here are my normal white cloud mountain minnows. Just to go, they remind me of like a little trout. I like them. Now I don't know if you notice in the back of here, I haven't put a background on these tanks, but I've done that on purpose. I quite like the bricks at the back. It's different. I've not seen anybody else doing that, and I've got it, in this brick shed. So I think, why not use it? I might change it eventually. I might put a background on it, but for now we'll keep it like that. We move down now to. Here's a project I've just started, which are the black chin Livebearers, which you might just see here. There's the male chasing the female. There he goes. Ignore the gravel in there. I don't know what's going on with the gravel. It was just something that I chucked in. But yeah, there's actually an empty tank there at the end. I'll put something in there eventually. That one, which is an odd shape, I needed to use it, but I thought I'll give them a bit of extra room. Another couple of empty tanks there. They're 1.5 foot long. And then we have these lovely, wherever they are, oh there's one. These are Firemouths. That's quite a young female. There's a male in there, but he's quite skittish and he hides. In a bit of a bare tank really. It's my only tank without any planting in. But it's just a bit of an experiment to see how they breed. And then in the tank next to it I also have another pair of Firemouths, an even smaller female. What I'm hoping is a female, it's a bit early to tell yet. There'll be a male in there somewhere hiding out. Experimenting here with some plants. See if it makes any difference. And next tank along, nothing in there yet. I'll probably move the albino guppies in there once they finish their quarantine. But that's that. And then we've got... So I actually heat this room with an oil-filled heater. And I use the Inkbird. I don't know if any of you guys use it, but it was recommended to me by a fellow up in Nottingham that I bought the tanks from actually. So I've set it at 23.5, it's at 23.3 at the minute, as you can see on the top. So the heating's on until I get up to 23.5, then I'll go back down again. So that's how I heat the fish room, and it's actually in that first minnow tank, the golden one. There's a thermostat in there, so that's then setting the temperature for it. I understand that some of the tanks are going to be a different temperature, the ones underneath are going to be at a lower temperature. The ones at the top are going to be a bit higher, maybe around 24.5, 25 maybe, but heat rises obviously. And then I've got my big boy tanks, which are for the goldfish. So this top one here is 5 feet long. There's a fancy goldfish fry I'm just growing out. Got some Mirandas in there. This was meant to be a butterfly telescope. Nice colours on it, but it definitely hasn't got the telescope tail. The butterfly tail, sorry, it's got the telescope eyes, it hasn't got the butterfly tail. So this is on a constant drip system. So this tank's here and it's going to overflow into there, which then goes down into the next tank. And in this tank I have my beautiful pearl scales. Look at that pearl scale. Look at the mouth on this fella. I never noticed until I got him on, but look at that mouth. Poor example really, he's a reject fish, but we'll keep him. So this is probably my favourite fish in the fish room. This is our little mascot, Jackie, named after the woman I got a lot of these goldfish off actually. She is the woman who does the butterfly telescopes. She's one of the sort of forerunners in the UK for doing butterfly telescopes. She's still. Nice little rancher in the back. Yeah, but I got these fish from Jackie. She started me off really. She gave me a load of fry and then some that were her rejects, I suppose. She didn't want for the showing, so they're not quite as good. But I'll use them and I'll learn to breed from them and I'll select from them. There's one of the fry I had from Jackie, one of the larger ones I've now put in with the adults. There's Ping and there's Pong. There is that girl at the back here, the black one. She was all black and she's changing colour now. She's quite nice. She's got a lovely tail. Same as this one here's got a nice shaped tail. Let's see if they'll show us when they come around. No, I think we're just going to get photobombed by the others. Okay. And then obviously the water overflows in that one down to this one. I have just siphoned a bit of water out. Oh, there is our weather loach. So an albino weather loach. Don't even know where I got this guy from. I've had him a little while, and he just sort of lives out his days in this tank with a larger fry. He hides in these. I've put in there. I thought he might have gone in then. Yeah, so we've got some other butterfly telescope fry in here. We've sort of kept some of the best ones. And then tank underneath is just, I don't even clean it. It's like a sump, but I just let all the water, because obviously it runs down again, and then it runs out. And it goes in this gap here. So I don't know if you can see that. It goes in that gap there, and then drains out. But I just leave that, it's full of mulm, it's full of crap. I want it to really algae up, and I'm going to put some Daphnia in there. And then I can just take a scoop and get my own Daphnia as and when I need it. Final tank we've got here, which at the minute is pretty much empty. I have, so there is another pair of the black chin Livebearers in here. There's the male, female's usually hiding, and I also have an albino bristlenose Pleco in here. I think it was meant to be a super red, but it's not really a super red. I just like the look of this tank. I might start a little breeding colony. You know, in fact, I will start a breeding colony of Plecos in here. But I'll try and hold out. I won't get the normal browns. I'll get something a bit nicer. But that tank, I just love it. I think I should probably put a background on that one. Yeah, and then for the filtration, I've got it switched off so you can hear me. But I'll turn it on now and we'll just talk a bit louder over it. But so I've got this one air compressor, and then it goes, and I can separate and put on each one. I've got 18 there. Oh, we go out the way. But there's our Killifish again. What a beauty that guy is. I'm hoping I can breed off these. I've never had Killifish before, but look at that. Yeah, I've just got sponge filters in each of these. Some Alodia in there, which I'm hoping fills out, and some Anubis. Just turn that off again, make sure you can hear me. I just wanted to give you an example. A lot of people have theirs on something, and that's how you're meant to have it, because you've got these little rubber feet. But I found that it was louder, because it's always obviously vibrating. So I thought, it's got a handle on it, why don't I just hang it? I don't know if anybody else has done that. If you have, let me know below, but it seems to be working so far. It seems a bit quieter. But yeah, so that's us. That's the fish room. That 5 foot tank is lovely. It goes back about 2 foot as well, but it's only about 8 inches deep. But for breeding goldfish and keeping goldfish, it's just perfect, especially on this constant drip system. So it's having a constant water change. If you want to know more about it, let me know, and I might make a separate video on that. But once you get going, it's fairly easy. So yeah, guys, if you can, subscribe. I've just hit 100 subscribers. Next goal's 250. I'm probably going to do a giveaway when I hit 500. I'll do a little giveaway, and obviously you've got to be subscribed to be a part of that. But yeah, see you next time. Bye.